right, guys, you're about to hear a very happy ferret tide. Well, maybe a very happy tide ferret noise. But yeah, he's had a long day at work. But yeah, basically, guys, we have got some news. The devs got bored and they've been flying the Idris around in Star Citizen just because they want to tease Ferrets and everybody else who's brought in Idris. It's like, look what we got and you can't touch. Look what we got and you can't touch. Na, 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 na. So we do. Sorry, what did you say?
Oh, where's my shotgun?
So we do have two videos. The first one is actually a streamer who, for the first half of the video, doesn't realize there's an Idris floating in his foreground. And then the second one, we're going to talk about some of the stuff that we've noticed in another video. So these are obviously both on Reddit. We'll put a link in the description below to them. But let's go through and we'll watch this first video. We'll talk about it. Then we'll watch the second one and we'll talk about that. So the first video we're going to watch, Fez, is the one who's the French guy. Now, obviously, guys, you're not going to be able to understand what he's saying for the most part. There's a couple of words you can pick out, but we're looking at more about what's on the screen, not what he's saying. But let's jump into it.
Mettre un module alpha accessible aux backers pour qu'on ait un truc à se mettre sous la dent en attendant. C'est ça qui fait la grosse différence avec la plupart des projets où en général tu apprends qu'ils existent 6 mois avant leur sortie. T'as une alpha qui est en fait une version très proche de la définitive qui sort quelques mois avant et puis après c'est sorti, c'est marketé comme ça. Là sur SC on est sur tout autre chose, c'est pour ça qu'il y a cette notion.
By this stage, he still hasn't realized there's a floating Idris in his screen. He still hasn't realized. He's about to. Give him a sec.
De temps. What? What the fuck? Pourquoi il y a un Idris? Pourquoi il y a un Idris?
Oh merde.
Putain, vite! Viens nous chercher, faut qu'on le suive! Pose-toi! Pose-toi, vite!
Mais putain, me mets pas la pression!
Le talonne, boss, suis-le!
Alright, so obviously the Idris that you see them flying around looks like it's the Idris from Invictus Week. If we rewind the video back, you can actually see. So this is the one that I've seen spawn in, although there's some debate between me and Fez about what they're actually spawning at the moment. You can see there are turrets on the bottom, but that doesn't look like there's a rail cannon. That looks like it's missing. The interior of the ship is missing. This is very much just the hull of the ship. And this is the one that I've seen spawn in a few days ago, so maybe they've changed it. But at the end of the day, it's just the exterior of the ship. Now, interesting thing is it looks like the Idris is able to fly in Atmo. That'll make you happy, I suppose, Fez. Fez, have you muted yourself again?
No, I'm still here.
So, obviously, it flying around Atmo, obviously, is something that you'll be happy about.
Yes.
Apart from that, anything else from this first video that you think is important, or do we all just jump straight into the second one?
We're doing the Idris video, right?
Yep. So at the moment we're doing the one where the streamer is, and he's just noticed the Idris. Right. Yep. So is there anything regarding that you think is important, or?
Well, in regards to the Idris is going to be very maneuverable in atmosphere.
Yeah, I did notice that too. It did seem to be. Now, I'm wondering if that's because there's not much weight in it because the interior of it's missing. I presume that's affected the weight. So those thrusters and everything look like it's probably that you probably would have to tone it down a little bit because, like, obviously you got to allow full weight, right? So she's probably going to have like more fuel in her. She's going to have all the metal from the interior. She's going to have like the doors and everything. All this has to add weight. So I presume it's going to be less maneuverable than we see here. But it does look like it's still going to be really, really maneuverable. So yeah, more maneuverable than I thought it should be. But
Hmm.
all right, let's jump on to the second video because this is the interesting one. So this video has been uploaded to Reddit as well, and this Idris actually looked like it's more intact. Personally, I don't see any of the doors or anything missing off it. Hello, kitty. The actual rail cannon looks like it's actually there as well. And you actually get to see the Idris firing. Now, obviously, also with this as well, you do see that the force effects are in as well. When you see it get hit by the missiles, you actually get to see the Idris move as it gets hit by the explosions. But let's just start the video and we'll have a look at this one. Alright, so a few things that we can notice from watching this video, right? First thing is, the new shield tech is definitely in. You can actually see here, let me see if I can go back a bit. That is the new SDF, the assigned distance fielding. Alright, that looks like it's definitely in. Second thing that we can notice from this video is that force reactions is also in as well. And third thing that we can notice is that the Idris is quite a menacing foe, because it seems to have no problems blowing up. Although it did seem to have problems shooting the big torpedoes, but you can see earlier on she's actually shooting at these other torpedoes that are flying around it, like here. So you got two torpedoes over here, or two missiles, and she's already taken one of them out. So yeah, and also the fact is it took 3 hits by a torpedo. Do we know what size torpedoes they were firing at this thing first?
Most they are most likely going to be size 9s because
That's what I would have said. Yeah.
because that's the only ones that anyone's ever going to use. Because the size 5s kind of suck right now, so.
Yeah, you don't get a good shot at the size of the missile.
But the odds are it's a size 9.
Yeah.
So
You do get to see it there for a brief second. And it does look like it's pretty beefy. So I would presume it was a size 9 too, to be honest. I think you're right with that. So she's taken, from what we can presume, is 3 size 9 missiles. And she's still fine. Now,
so far as we know.
Yeah, well, it hasn't blown up yet, right? So here's an interesting thing that I have too, right? Is our original statement on this when we were talking in private was that she's taken 3 hits, but that was because of shields.
Right, and that is with shields, actually.
But is it because when the torpedo hits, you don't see any reflection on shields?
Well, you're probably not going to, because when the torpedo hits, it's going to blow up.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just going to see the explosion. Now, maybe the reason for us not seeing it is because it's testing the signs of field thing. Then it's probably not fully it's not fully implemented.
Because
So
later, I was going to say later on, you do get to see the shield activate. Let me just see. That looks like it's laser fire that triggers this STF. So maybe the
yeah.
torpedoes don't activate the shield. Maybe.
Well, the torpedoes do. I'm pretty sure
It's just
that
not in.
they do. It's just like I mean, like I said it before. Uh, it's probably because the shield's effect isn't completely in yet.
Yeah,
So
possible. It's possible. It's that.
mm,
At the end of the day, either way, she's still taken 3 hits from what we presume is size 9 torpedoes. Even if that is with shields, that's still, that's still some pretty heavy hitters. Like, these aren't small shields, the small torpedoes they're firing at it, right? Presuming they're size 9s, so these things, and these are things that presumably with the damage buff they've just recently had too. So, like it does, it's, Like these are these are pretty big bloody torpedoes they're firing at it, and it seems to be fine for the most part from what we can tell. But yeah, there's a bit of smoke that comes off it, but you see the smoke coming off it from the first part as well. So she's already damaged to a certain point, and then it still takes 3 hits, and it still seems to be at least alive. So I don't know. Anyway, apart from that, is there anything else we want to add about this, or besides happy ferret noises?
the force reactions
Yeah, that's true too.
on
So
torpedo impacts.
yeah, so when the torpedoes impact, you actually see the ship actually rocking from the torpedo impact. And it does seem to be effective where it hits. So when it hits the front sort of thing, more towards the front lifts up. When it hits more on the side lifts up. So it does seem to be somewhat reactive to whereabouts it hits as well. But interesting. Anything else you want to talk about, or have we pretty much covered it all?
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, no worries. Guys, let us know what your thoughts are in the comment section below regarding the Idris. Do you think at the end of the day, do you think the Idris will be coming out soon, or do you think at the end of the day this is still going to be ways off? They did say originally it was going to be Squadron 42 before we actually get to fly the Idris. Do you think they might change their mind on that? We are seeing a lot of it in-game at the moment. They are teasing it pretty heavy. So, like we have it in Invictus Week, we've had it flying around the systems a few times. We've now got it so that it's in-game and you can go through and you can blow it up if you're lucky, or it blows you up if you're unlucky. Let us know what your thoughts are in that comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack that like button. Obviously, guys, in the description below, Fez's details for his Twitch chat. Please feel free to go and follow him in Twitch. Apart from that, guys, obviously we'll see you in game. Have a great night. Enjoy yourself, everybody, and we'll see you in the next Demonetize video. Ciao.